Okay, this is a very quick explanation of what I know in Xcode, how it differs from Visual Studio. First of all, you don't need to create a workspace, just like Visual Studio. You can create just a project. Projects you can create all kinds. There's for your iPhone, TV, whatever, cross-platform. Um, Command line tool on the Mac. Cocoa app is typical stuff if you're not using Swift. So Swift is a new way of doing stuff on the Mac. This is the old way. See, frameworks and libraries, you can create those. Framework is different from a library in the sense that a framework can take fonts, images, and stuff and packages it up. So a bundle, I'm not real sure what a bundle is, but Cocoa framework often includes libraries. So library is exactly what you think it is. So if I was going to create one, I would say next. And I come in. In this case, I already made one and I called it test of C++. And you can see it takes your organization name and your organization identifier. And a lot of times these are, you pay Apple to have a name for your organization, so that you could become a developer, and this is what you want to use, whatever it is. I used Objective-C as opposed to Swift and Storyboards, and then created it. And so what I have is, it creates this, I guess it's like the model view thing that you see in Visual Studio. So you get this app delegate, and it launches some stuff, and it creates so this is really all you get, and then I created these other things. So how did I create those? So this thing called main storyboard, you come in here and you can create new windows, new view controllers. I just created buttons, so create another one. We'll call this I don't know, first. And you want to create some code for it, basically a responder. What I've been doing, and I can't really remember how to do this, but what I've been doing is opening the H file, and then you see these little things you can add. I'm going to create, double click on Storyboard to open this window by itself so that I can drag things over. And I'm going to control click on this and go from action. I'm going to drag this over to the H file to about here, and see it says insert action. And so give it a name. First button. And connect it. Now we could, if you wanted to, pass the button information or not. Don't do anything with it, but anyways, connect it. Now what it's done is it's made a connection. You can see it here, send action. Let's see this if you open this up a little bit. You can see it's hooked up to the view controller's first button. So come into the code, the M file. Now if you're going to add CPP sibling classes out here, you can. You can mix CPP with Objective-C, but it's got to be in a file with a .mm. I think they all have to have .mm if they're going to talk to CPP files. So here's our first button, and we can go ahead and copy and paste an alert in here, and we'll say Buenos Dias because it's first. I think we'll change this one to Buenos Noche. I don't know. Gotta let me know how I spelled that. So this should now work, and we go in here and we say run. Stop the instance that was out there. It's going to build it and run it, and we can test it. Good. Works. Now let's go look at where the code is. Test of C+ is the name of it's in a folder called Mac Project, but that's just what I named it when I chose where it would go. But the project's actually called Test of C++. And so here's your actual project, sort of like Visual Studio's VS project. In order to see this one, though, you have to say show package contents, a lot like what you do with an app. Everything's sort of packaged in with it. In here now you can do things like open it with a text editor, which couldn't before. Actually, I think that's XML, I believe. And so you have to open it with an editor that understands XML. I think I'm using Atom here. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Let's not waste any more time on that. I'm not really sure. Same with this. So the PBX project has some stuff in there. And then the other thing was your storyboard is found under here. That, I believe, is also a markup XML. But, you know, we should see our buttons and stuff in there. Yeah, so here's another button, and here's our first button. They create these IDs. Okay, that's all I know.